The Google Pixel 4 and the Pixel 4 XL are probably one of the most confusing, mixed emotions phones I've seen come out for 2019. And I'm gonna try and sit here and pretty much try and explain to you why that is. Let me explain. Now, I don't even know if at the end of this video, I'm gonna have a final conclusion about the Pixel 4 series for you or not. This is unscripted. This is pretty much just me sharing my thoughts because I've been conflicted ever since these phones have been announced. And again, disclaimer, I do not have any of the devices. This is just me sitting down and talking to you guys pretty much my thoughts on the Pixel 4 and the Pixel 4 XL, especially from a UK perspective, because I'm based in the UK and I kind of want to see what this phone is really going to do to appeal to people that are looking to maybe get this phone, or whether it's the right decision to get this phone. Let's try and break it down. I'm going to start with the things that I like about the Pixel 4 series. And one thing I'll definitely say is the display. So I like the fact that they've gone for flat displays, and I also like the display technology. So this is using OLED. I believe it is POLED again. So I'm not necessarily sure in terms of the quality of the panel, if it's going to be any good or not, but on paper, you're looking at a full high definition plus resolution at 19:9 aspect ratio for the Pixel 4. Pixel 4 XL with the same aspect ratio, but it's a QHD plus. But the main thing is that we are going with smooth displays now. They are refreshing at 90 Hertz, which more things to have high refresh rate is something I'm really impressed with. And this is something I have to say that I really like. And I like, again, the fact that they've gone for flat displays. So on paper, the displays look functionally well designed. It doesn't look like they're trying to be flashy with screen to body ratio. They're going for functionality because of, you know, all the sensors that they've got up there for their motion sense, as well as their facial recognition and radar technology that they've got in there. So that's the first thing I'm gonna say. I would say the specs are a bit more adequate because there is 6 gigabytes of RAM. I was so worried that they were going to do the mistake of thinking that they were Apple to do 4 gigabytes of RAM. So 6 gigabytes of RAM across the board is better, although not generous, it's better. So it has me a bit more confident in terms of the longevity of the product and how long it lasts for. The specs internally are good. I mean, it's a Snapdragon processor, although not the latest. The 855 is still good. You know, you've got your normal protection against elements. It's got Android 10. The cameras are good, which on the flip side, there's stuff missing with the camera as well. 18-watt fast charging, you've got wireless charging in there. In actual fact, I look at the price of both these phones and it's $669 for the Pixel 4 64 gigabytes in the UK. And it's $829 for the Pixel 4 XL 64 gigabytes, both with 6 gig RAM in the UK. Now, I've got to say this, right? They've price exchange is correct. In the USA, it's $799. So here is $669. And this already shows that what Apple were doing with their price exchange on a new iPhone 11 series was just not good. You know, they made it more expensive in the UK rather than cheaper for the exchange rate. So I will give Google credit. So for example, the iPhone 11, the normal iPhone 11 in the US is $699. Priced well in the US, but in the UK is £729. Whereas in the UK, the Pixel 4 is actually priced better than the normal iPhone 11 compared to in the USA. So the Pixel 4 against the normal iPhone 11 is better value. So that's kind of the things that I overall like about the phone. And you know, we know Pixel cameras take great photos, point and shoot wise, the new photography features with the ×2, you know, optical zoom lens that's really helping with the super res zoom, and also just making the whole computational photography and point and shoot photography much better with the Pixel. These are things that I've got to give credit for. So I think overall, this is the first Pixel flagship phone where I feel like in its own right, they've done a really good job. And it's something I'm really excited for and I'm rooting for, you know? I felt like they made more of an effort with the Pixel 4 series this time round that they've ever done with their flagship phones. But there's the big but. There's still so many missing opportunities with the Pixel 4 series. No ultra-wide camera. The batteries are really small, man. And at 2,800 milliamps, I've not seen a flagship Android phone with a sub 3,000 milliamp battery capacity in a long time. Like, I'm remembering phones from 3 years ago, the Samsung Galaxy S7. I'm talking about the normal S7 had a 3000 milliamp hour battery. This is less than. And yes, they've talked about the dynamic refresh rate scaling, but with a 90 hertz refresh rate, having that battery so much smaller worries me. It genuinely does worry me. And yes, 3700 in the Pixel 4 XL seems adequate, but it should have been 4000. That's kind of the standard. And you've got companies pushing for 4300, 200, and 4500. So I'm worried about the battery. No improvement to fast charging. It's still 18 watts. Yes, it's fast, but you know, you're seeing companies pushing 25, 30, 40, 45, 50 watts even. And it would have been great to see an improvement with the fast charging, as well as maybe the fast wireless charging as well, because again, it's probably around 10 watts like it was before. You know, the accessories that you expected to get in a box doesn't seem to be there as well. And yes, another point of concern for me is that yes, their facial recognition looks to be the fastest secure facial unlock. You know, right now, it looks really impressive. The motion sense on how it senses your hand when you get into it, preparing the screen to unlock your phone much quicker is something that looks really good. But at the sacrifice of a fingerprint scanner at the rear or inbuilt, that's not something I'm in complete favor of, because fingerprint scanners are much more secure. I always say this: if you have a lookalike or twin, they will be able to use facial unlock to unlock your phone, no matter how secure it is. Yes, it's got all the extra features in there to really help it make it secure. And some of the videos I've been seeing is that it's not as secure because it actually unlocks while your eyes are closed, which is kind of worrying as well in terms of the security. I don't know. I just prefer in-display fingerprint scanners, or I just prefer fingerprint scanners as a pure method of secure authentication to unlock your phone. So going with fully facial unlock just feels like a complete Apple move. They're trying to be too much like Apple, which I get it, a streamlined user-based experience, but I don't know, man. And the fact that in terms of the storage options and a RAM option, there isn't an 8 gig RAM option. There isn't a 256 gig RAM option in terms of the storage capacity. So you don't necessarily get the value and the options for the extra money that you're paying for. I'm conflicted by the Google Pixel 4 XL and the Pixel 4. It's so good. Like, this is the most exciting Pixel flagship ever. The other three Pixels since 2016 did not excite me. I felt like Google were lazy and they didn't put any effort in. And I think this is the most effort that they've put in for their Google Pixel products. And it's weird because in some ways the pricing is good, but then at the same time, the pricing is not. You know, especially for the fact that you're not getting any more RAM and double the storage at 256, and it's only going up to 128 gig, which is kind of the base storage for certain phones that have been coming out lately. I kind of worry that things are just a bit more, I don't know. I'm torn between it. I will say this. I think if I see more people with the Pixel 4 this time round compared to the previous Pixel phones, I'll be less upset. I will be less upset because I do love the 90 hertz display. I do love Android 10 with all the features that it brings. I do love those unique features that come with the Google Pixel software, you know, from the new recorder to transcribe. I'm just concerned that they did not pay attention to the trend that was happening so that they could adapt things in there, especially when you're charging the price that you're charging. You know, the top SKU model for the Pixel 4 XL at 128 gigabytes is £929 in the UK. Base model 64 gigabytes, £829. If you compare it to someone like OnePlus with the 7T Pro, the McLaren edition is $799, and you're getting 12 gig RAM, 256 gigabytes of UFS 3.0 storage, and a special edition phone that's customized as well. And these are some of the things that they just haven't stated, where we don't know if they're using UFS 3.0 storage. I hope they are, I assume so. The fact that you don't get the original Google pictures in terms of its raw storage and quality to back up anymore, I thought that was part of the Pixel experience for that premium look into photography. And you know, to say that zooming is more important than ultra wide, they're equally as important. Why not just put a triple camera lens system? Would have loved to have seen great computational photography with your ultra wide angle camera if you added it. We're really expecting it. And video, just no effort in video. I get their fused image stabilization is great for stabilization video output, but nothing to do with an ultra or super steady video shooting mode. No 4K 60 UHD, you know, no super slow motion improvements, no improvements to the selfie camera. Actually, you took away an ultra wide camera for the group selfies, even though the one now is quite wide. I don't know. There's just too much in my mind that conflicts me about the Pixel 4 and the Pixel 4 XL. With the OnePlus 7T, the price is amazing. $549 for 8GB of RAM, 128GB, Snapdragon 855 Plus, a 90Hz display with an even brighter panel because of the new panel technology that they've got in there, a triple camera for every occasion where you actually do have an ultra wide. The value is there, and this had Android 10 out of the box. So I don't know. I don't know whether I can recommend it. I would say that it's a much better value for me, the normal Pixel 4 base model in the UK at $699 versus the normal iPhone 11 with that poor LCD screen at $729. In the UK, the Pixel 4 base model is a much better value than the normal iPhone 10, minus the ultra wide angle camera. And the fact that you do get a fast charger in the box where you don't for the iPhone 11. I need to find a way to try it. I probably need to watch more reviews or more commentary and people's thoughts on it, but this is probably the most polarizing phone release for 2019. Let me know what you guys think, man. Again, unscripted, I just wanted to share my thoughts and kind of talk to you guys about where my mind is sitting with the Pixel 4 series from a UK perspective, that the price is good, but it kind of isn't if you really want to get the one that makes sense. The reach is good, but there's still so many features missing in terms of the battery capacity, faster charging, the ultra wide angle camera. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's see. Again, my name is Ben from Lover of Tech. Hit that subscribe button and, you know, tune in for more coverage on whatever I can give you on all the latest mobile phone tech news as well. Peace, signing out.